All right. I want to thank everyone for coming out today. And I want to thank all our veterans who served and those particularly who are here today. Let's take a moment of silence for those around the world that we've lost in military action. Today. I find it absolutely outrageous that on this cold, frigid Sunday afternoon that we have veterans from around the city of New York, predominantly from Brooklyn and Staten Island, who have to come out to send a clear message to the Biden administration that we will never accept the closure of this Brooklyn VA hospital. Our veterans have given so much. And as you know, so many of them come back with wounds, both mental and physical. 26% of our veterans nationwide have some sort of service-related disability, and 40% of our younger veterans post 9/11 who served in Iraq and Afghanistan also come back with those disabilities. That is why the VA hospitals and our clinics throughout here in the city and the nation are so critically important. It is a specialized type of care. And if you talk to any of the veterans who are here today, and I'm sure they'll raise their hand if they seek treatment, medical care here at the VA, please raise your hand. Whoa. Talk to any one of these veterans, and they will tell you that it has had an impact on their life, that it has even saved their lives. And that is why we're here today, to ensure that this VA remains open for the veterans across the city of New York. Every time I visit this facility, I meet veterans not just from Brooklyn. I meet them from Staten Island, and I meet them from across the 5 boroughs. This is an incredibly important facility for those who serve, and it sees 44,000 unique patients a year. That's what's at risk here if this facility closed. 44,000 veterans would have to go elsewhere. We also know, due to a study that was just completed, that 20% that you have a 20% more likely to survive if you are transported during an emergency by ambulance to a VA hospital as opposed to a non-VA facility. Now, I want to also, because somebody talked about the funding, we just passed a federal budget that increases funding for VA healthcare. Yes. Yeah. And we also passed legislation that would expand medical coverage for over 23 illnesses related to toxins from burn pits, something that is greatly affecting our younger veterans. But as someone mentioned earlier, where will they go for that care if the VA is not here? And that is why we are here today, to send a very clear message that under no circumstances, under zero circumstances, right, will we accept this proposal to close this hospital. Right.
Hands off the VA.
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 Now, our president, during the State of the Union address, and I was there present in the chamber, he said the words that the veterans are the backbone. He said that they are the spine of our nation. Then he went to Fort Worth, Texas, and he said that he fully supports our veterans, and he says we need to improve caring for them and expand access to health care. If that is the case, and those words are true, then he will say that this proposal is dead on arrival when it comes out tomorrow. I want to introduce some of my colleagues who are here, and more importantly, I also want you to hear from some of the veterans who are greatly affected by this proposal. I'd like to turn it over to my colleague from Staten Island, former congressman, who also represented this facility, and that is Borough President Vito Fasella.
Oh, Vito!
Thank you very much, Congresswoman, and thanks all for coming out in a show of strength and unity. As I said a little while ago in Staten Island, we had something similar. You know, this country is nothing without the sacrifices of our veterans. I know, and I learned at an early age, that thank God for the services, for the sacrifices that you all made, and this great country of ours is nothing without the sacrifice of you veterans. So thank you very much for all of that.
All right, Vito.
As Nicole said, and she's been a strong fighter for us in Washington, and she's going to be at the forefront of this battle. We're not new to this. Many of you who are here today know that about 15 or so years ago, including my good friend Marty Golden, we toured this facility because they contemplated shutting this down. We had the Secretary of the VA come out. We had the Chairman of the VA Armed Services Committee come out as well. And we proved then, and we'll prove again, that nobody should think about closing the Brooklyn VA and provide the great services to all of you and thousands of others. We fought the battle then, we won the battle then, we're going to fight the battle again, and we're going to win the battle again.
Yeah, Vito! All right, Vito!
We had a unique, I know many of you, raise your hand if you're from Staten Island and take the ride over. God bless you guys. Thanks for taking the trip. I got to note that you get a free toll going back over that. But similarly speaking, and seriously, they're thinking of forcing the guys on Staten Island, the veterans, to go to Jersey for services. It's just not right. I know we got a lot of speakers here today. We will stand united. And it's not even talk about the culture, the special relationship that exists between the staff of the VA and all of you.
Yeah.
It's unique. It should not be disrupted. So of all the priorities we have in this country, let's keep our veterans right in the center of our priorities. Let's keep it focused. Let's keep it clean, but let's keep the fight on. God bless you. We're with you.
Yeah, Vito! Okay!
Another one of my colleagues who represents both sides of the bridge, and that is our Assemblyman, Michael Tanusis.
All right!
Thank you so much, Congresswoman. I couldn't have said it better than Vito and Nicole. The proposal that this medical center close is completely unacceptable. At a time when we're supposed to be supporting our veterans, when they have sacrificed, they have put their lives on the line to protect our great nation. And this is how we treat them. This is completely unacceptable. It's a disgrace. We stand with you. We will fight with you till the end. This is
All right,
just the
Mike.
beginning.
All right, Mike.
God bless you.
And of course, I have to introduce my other good friend who, not too long ago, I guess over the last decade, we were standing in front of the Army fort. We were standing right in front of Fort Hamilton saying, don't close our Army base, which is so critical to New York City, particularly in a post 9/11 world. And we've had a number of battles with our colleagues to save that fort, which is right next door here. And I want to bring up somebody who's been a partner in that preservation, and that is former State Senator Marty Golden.
All right, Marty!
Nicole, thank you very much for putting this together. This is significantly important. Vito, you know what's going on here. So do you, Michael. This is unfortunate that the military would play such games, and especially the President of the United States. It's the men and women, going back to George Washington, that made this the greatest nation in the world. your sacrifices, your blood, your fighting in the streets of these different countries to make us the greatest nation in the world. And today, where are we? Look what's going on. Ukraine, Russia. Think about it. We're on the cusp of a third world war. And what are we talking about? Closing veterans hospitals here in the greatest country in the world?
No!
No way! No way! No way! No way! No way! No way!
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues here have gone to too many wakes over the years of those men and women that served this great nation. We owe it to each and every one of you that are here today, and each and every one of you that live across this great, great country, not to close any Army bases or military bases, and not to close any of our veterans hospitals. We need them open, and we need this one in Brooklyn. We are the largest. Think about it. How many people from Brooklyn and Staten Island went and fought in the wars across this great, great, great country? Think about it. Think about it. Each and every one of you, each and every one of you, each and every one of you sacrificed and did what you had to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank my colleagues. I thank you for coming out. Let's make a difference. Let's win this war because it's the right thing to do. Veterans Hospital, this one here stays open. Thank you. God bless you, and keep up the good fight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marty. Now our veterans.
USA! 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 USA!
We did not come here today to just save this particular hospital. We want hands off all our veteran services. We want to make sure that the people of Staten Island not just have this hospital to go to, but that they have the Manhattan VA to go to, and that they don't have to go to Orange, New Jersey, right?
Right.
Our veterans didn't fight overseas to come home and now have to fight for their health care, did they? No.
Right.
We're not going to accept them closing this hospital, are we?
No.
What do you have to say to Joe Biden and his administration? We want this to be DOA, right?
Yep.
I would love for you. I want you to hear from. I want you to hear from some of our veterans now. I want you to hear. I want to bring up some of our veterans because you can hear it from us, but you need to hear it from the men and women who come here and get their care here to understand what it truly means to them and how this would impact their lives. I would like to invite. Are you going to speak first? Stephen, right? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You're Mickey, right? Yeah, here we go.
First, I'd like to thank all the dignitaries for showing us the support.
Can you say your name?
I'm a Vietnam veteran. I want to explain.
Can you get into the
I want to explain one thing to you. When I was in Vietnam with all the other Vietnam veterans, we had one thing in common. That was love for each other, and we had a bond for each other, and we had to take care of each other. When we came home from Vietnam, we lost it. We lost that bond. We lost that love. Time went on. We came to the VA. We came to the VA hospital, and guess what? We got that love back. We got that bond back. And in the name of God, we will pass this relationship down to all the veterans of the United States of America. We thank you and God bless you.
Hey, good job.
Sir, what's your name? Can you have his name said? Sir, what's your name?
Can you say your name again and your borough?
Eugene Pettit, Staten Island.
How do you spell your last name?
P-E-T-I-T.
Perfect.
Lee Covino, L-E-E-C-O-V-I-N-O, Staten Island.
All right, Lee. Oh, man, right there, Joe. Charlie's right there. I love it.
Lee, come in front of the come in here so we can get sound from you.
You guys okay over here? Am I in the way?
All right, I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's not the first time. Back in 2005, PricewaterhouseCoopers released a study and said close Brooklyn Hospital, close Manhattan VA. and we had to fight it then. Why is this proposal back? We've already had the goddamn hearings. We had the public hearings. We won the battle. Why are we here again? There's a lot of liberals that think we're domestic terrorists, and they're probably happy to see the VA go. There's a lot of developers that would love to have this waterfront.
You're damn right.
And there's developers in Manhattan that would love to see that waterfront property on 23rd. It's not going to happen over my dead body.
Right.
But when them hearings come up again, I want to see every swinging one of you there.
All right.
And you know what word I left out. Let's go, Brandon.
LJB, baby!
We love our vets.
USA!
All right, we got a few more veterans here.
God bless them all.
Danny. Say your last name is spelled.
Danny Friedman, Friedman, President of Brooklyn Vietnam Veterans of America. I've been coming to this hospital since even before I got out of the Army. When I was home on leave, I had to come here. You know, if things got to stand, we have to stand with it. Like Lee said, there's only one reason why they have their interest in getting Fort Hamilton closed, and getting Brooklyn VA closed, and getting Manhattan VA closed. Not because the veterans are dwindling, not because we don't need the security of having a fort. The developers want this waterfront property. They are salivating on getting this waterfront property, and we're not going to let it happen.
Right.
Vietnam Vets of America stands together with all veterans. Never again, our motto is never again will one generation of veterans turn their backs on the next. And we are here. We are walking point for our younger veterans. They may not need this hospital now, but 10 years from now, they are going to be lining up to get in, and we have to hold their places for them.
That's true.
Thank Congresswoman Malliotakis for doing this.
Stephen Ailing, who is the commander of the American Legion of Richmond County.
Excuse me. Come on in. Squeezing it. Thank you very much. For all the veterans here, thank you for your service. Greatly appreciate it. Welcome home to our Vietnam veterans. I am a user of the VA here in Brooklyn. My doctor is in Staten Island. So yes, I want to thank the veterans for holding my place in line, and I'm going to be doing that for our younger veterans. The American Legion helped create the VA. One of their pillars is the Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation. And right now, if you're an American Legion member or not, a veteran is a veteran. And we're here to support you. And we need your help to keep this place open. So, thank you for coming out today. We appreciate what you're doing, and thank you for our politicians for supporting this, and thank you to all the staff of the VA hospital here in Brooklyn, in Manhattan, and Staten Island. We thank you for the care that you give us. Thank you. God bless America.
Mickey Wedlock of the Marine Corps.
Yeah, Mickey!
Woo!
Thank you, Nicole, for bringing everybody out here on YouTube today. Thank you very much. My name is Mickey Wedlock. I'm from Bay Ridge. My family has been here since 1879, and we've been in just about every campaign since, and coming to this VA since it opened. 7 years ago, this VA saved my life. There's no question about it. I would not be here without this VA. A lot of people don't understand what actually goes on here. Okay, it's not just hospital rooms taking care of veterans. That's one thing that goes on. But we meet in groups, veteran meeting groups. Veterans get together and we talk about things that only veterans can talk about with each other. Okay, we come here 5 days a week to do that. Okay, there's no public transportation to North Fork, Long Island, and I've taken the train to the Bronx VA, and it's a good hour and a half. Okay, we need this VA. Okay. We need that Manhattan VA too. And a couple of people have mentioned it already. I believe this is about real estate, okay? This should not be about real estate when we're talking about veterans. Veterans gave us the real estate, okay?
Amen.
Freedom is not free. And to Vietnam veterans, welcome home, guys.
Thank you.
Spell your last name.
Spell your name, sir.
Can you spell his last name?
Wedlock.
You don't want me to spell
We got Jean DeGiacomo, President of Vietnam Veterans of America.
Staten Island. All right, listen, in the first place, I know this lady and Vito, there's no true patriots, more of a true patriots than these people. So they have our back. I can guarantee you they'll get something done. Now, as far as a Vietnam veteran, okay, we have a brotherhood. Remember, when we came home, the shit that we went through, all right? But what we did, and you can thank John Rowan back here, one of the presidents of VVA, we stuck it in their face, and we're gonna do it now.
That's right.
So what happens, we have a good rally here, we had one in Staten Island. It can't end there. You gotta get all these Afghan, Iraq veterans, all these young guys out. So when this lady calls for help, we gotta be out there, all right?
All right.
We gotta keep it going, all right?
Thank you. All right, let's let them hear it again. Are we going to allow this hospital to close?
No!
What's our message to the president? We want it to be DOA. Tomorrow. Under no circumstances will we accept this hospital to close, right?
Right.
Our veterans deserve the best. They deserve the best.
Hands off the VA! Hands off the VA! Hands off the VA! Hands off the VA! Hands off the VA!
All right.
Hands off the VA! Hands off the VA!
My name is Richie Calise. I'm here for my two brothers who passed on. We saved in Berlin, Germany, Stangau Prison, the Berlin Wall, Checkpoint Charlie. That's where I was with my two brothers. May they rest in peace. Keep the VA open.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from our media who's here?
Yes. Can somebody else describe what the hardship would be if this closes? How they would get their medical care?
Is there a veteran who'd like to talk about the hardship they would face if this was to? Why don't you expand a little?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, first of all, it's a matter of logistics. It's here. It's in the middle of New York City. And the other one that they're closing, if everybody's not aware, is the Manhattan facility.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to close the two facilities central in New York City. What are they leaving open? The Bronx, okay, which it's a great facility. I've been there. It's a very good facility. And Northport. Northport is in Long Island. As far as I know, there's no public transportation from here to Long Island, okay? And then, of course, the Staten Island people that come here, they'll have to go to New Jersey. It's a matter of logistics and the less VAs they have. All of these VAs are busy. Come here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. This parking lot is going to be packed. If you have any idea how big this is, it's going to be packed. Why? Because this place is busy. They're all busy, okay? We can't just close places and try to fill it in other ways. It doesn't work that way.
The impact of, I just want to expand to say that there are 138,000 veterans in New York City area, and we have 44,000 unique visits at this hospital a year. And Mike is one of those individuals. I'd like for him to say a few words about how this would impact him, particularly as a disabled vet. To have to go all the way to Orange, New Jersey, it's ridiculous.
Well, I won't go. I terrorize the VA. I go down the hallway. And we have to return to nothing's handed to us. And to have our home, this is sacred ground. It's not just a hospital. My father was in this hospital. We have friends that were in this hospital. You come into this hospital and you... If my mother was here, she had one great saying: don't send them over there if you're not going to take them when they come back. Right. Take care of them when they come back. And this is a prime example of trying to close this, of sending us over there and leaving us hanging when we come back. The young kids don't know what they're in for. As far as me, I had Hep C and I had all the blood transfusion. I had like 50-something blood transfusions when I got hit in Vietnam. And, a lot of us had Hep C. It was treated here. It was treated here. Reminded me of my mother. I'll get the microphone. Yeah. But the care and I'm not going to pull any punches. There are doctors all over the world that have horrible bedside manners, but we're not going shopping for curtains with them. We're looking for people that can do the job. And here at the VA, you must say they are determined. You don't get blown off. You may get run around by some administrators, but you never get blown off. And you get a doctor you are his mission. What was that? One of the things that I wanted to say was, everybody's talking about the veteran being the backbone of this nation. Well, if we don't take care of the backbone of this nation, our veteran community, we're not going to take care of the nation. If we have a broken backbone, we're going
done.
Nowhere. We are ground zero. The veteran community is ground zero. One other thing, when I got hit in Vietnam, it took 3 choppers to get me out. When those corpsmen and the grunts came running out of the back of the chopper, they picked me up, they put me in. Not one of them asked me if I was a Democrat, not one asked me if I was a Republican, and none of them asked me what was my health care provider. They went out, they got me under fire, they already know 2 ships went down on them, and that was their job. Unity is the only way we're going to do this. It's easy to point your fingers and yell at other people, but it's stronger if we stick together and fight for one cause, and that's caring for our veterans.
Can you give us his name, Mike? His name?
What's your name?
What's your name, sir?
Mike Salsona.
Can you?
Thank you.
And what borough are you from?
Staten Island. Thank you.
Yeah. My name is Herb Morales, and I'm here 5 days a week. And 5 years ago, I had open heart surgery. They saved my life. And I'm dealing with cancer now. But the VA is helping me all the way. I wear braces on both legs. I've had surgery on both legs. I have plastic arteries on my legs. I've had 2 back surgeries, open heart surgery, and I still want to keep going. My wife is holding my walker in back of me, so I had to limp my way here. But I'm trying to deal now with getting hand controls for my vehicle so I can still stay mobile. So we have to keep this place open.
That's right.
If not, we're just going to wither out and die. So that's the problem. I can't make it to the Bronx VA or to another VA in Jersey or something like that. It's very hard traveling. Being here 5 days a week is a nightmare in itself. So we have to keep this place open.
All right, Arby.
Thank you.
And Herb and so many of the other veterans are part of my monthly Veterans Roundtable, and I invite the Secretary of the VA, I invite anyone from the VA who will come and meet with these veterans so they can hear firsthand what I hear every month and my staff hears every month, because we've been doing everything we can to try to improve this facility. Early on, the first thing I did was to get the vaccinations offered at this facility for our vets so they wouldn't have to go elsewhere, and it was hard to get at that time, right? For any American, we were able to get it here at the VA.
We got it for our spouses also.
And then we got the testing as well at the clinics. We're working to fix the parking lot. We're working to get the elevators done. And this facility, as Herb mentioned, is just so critical to them. So critical to them. And we have to do everything, and I am dedicated, I know my colleagues here, and I know everyone here is dedicated to make sure that we save this hospital because our veterans deserve it. I mean, all the stuff that they want to spend money on in Washington, and you're going to cut from our veterans? Absolutely not. We will not accept that. We have another... hold on, wait.
Hands off the VA.
Lester, hold on. These two down.
Lester?
Name is Lester Chang, C-H-A-N-G. I use the 23rd Street VA hospital for my PTSD, my wartime experience in Afghanistan. They help me cope my living. They help cope my mental distress at that time. Served 1 year in Afghanistan in 2010. This cannot happen. We fought for our country, and we expected our country to help us when we return back home. And I can't believe this, that the bean counters willing to close these VA hospitals in both Brooklyn and Manhattan. Never again. Why are we fighting for this again? 15 years ago, why are we doing this again? Seems like they always wanted the bean counters always want to win a war. But thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for everyone. Thank you.
Hands off the VA.
Good afternoon. I'm not a veteran. My name is Dean Delanides. My father was a staff sergeant. My father was a staff sergeant in the U.S. Army Air Force in World War II. He flew 62 combat missions in the Pacific, got a Purple Heart. He was living in the St. Albans VA facility from 2016 until he passed away in May of 2019. He had to come here a few times for emergency care. He was taken to the Manhattan facility on May 7th, May 13th. They said, we'll send him back to the VA in Queens so he could die with dignity with his friends. And one thing, as a family member of a veteran who gets the treatment that you men and women get, the difference between this facility and any other VA facility is that the staff and the doctors treat you with respect. They treat you with the respect and the dignity you deserve. You don't get the same kind of treatment that you would get at Coney Island Hospital or some other hospital. They treated my father with the utmost respect. When he passed away, there was an American flag on his bed with a candle. The staff was crying. That doesn't happen anywhere else. So I will be at any rally to keep this veterans facility and the one in Manhattan and the one in Staten Island open. I will always be here because my dad and all of these veterans deserve it.
That's right. And our last speaker.
Hands off the VA.
Be Dan. You know what be Dan means? It means black. Vietnamese. All right. I want you to know this. I may talk a little rough, but I ain't out here to bullshit. All right? All right, now listen to me. I went to Vietnam in December 6, 1966, and my last wound was September 27, 1967. I never took a bath in Vietnam. I was a grunt, Marine Corps, out in the bush. All right? All right? We had a snake called the Amen snake out there. If it bit you, you might get a chance to say amen. You hear me? I don't want to talk about this VA. May the 2nd, 2002, I got diabetes after I took a test at the VA here for diabetes. They said it was negative. May the 2nd, my diabetes was 2,500. 2,500. I get my medicine from the VA. I get 14 pills in the morning and 14 pills in the evening. I don't know why I'm alive. I'm alive because Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Jesus Christ kept me alive. There's no mathematical reason for me to be standing here today. And I'm about to cry, but I look at y'all's faces. And y'all all the same.
Yeah.
We're 70, we're in our damn 70s. We're in our 70s. And we want to be here for our kids, and we worked hard. I got 10% when I got out. 10%. I worked for Transit Authority. I worked for the post office full time. I had a son with Down syndrome, and I fed my family. I didn't kill nobody and rob nobody. I took it to God early because there are no atheists in the bush.
Right, exactly.
There are no atheists in the bush. I want to tell you that. And I wish I could hug all of you guys.
God bless you, brother.
I wish I could hug all of you guys. You understand what I'm saying? But I want to tell you one thing. We got to fight, man, if we want to live.
Right.
Right.
We got to fight if we want to live.
Never close this facility.
And I'm calling some names. Vernon J. Thurston, 26 from Saskatchewan, Canada, killed on the DMZ with me. Don Wayne Falwell from Fisherville, Virginia, he was killed because he was a machine gunner, and they wouldn't give machine gunner because he's a little guy. He's a little guy. You know how long a machine gunner lasts with that distinctive sound? Don't last long. And 3 others, Leon Bell, a black guy from Newark, New Jersey. He was killed. Most of the guys were killed. And what did they give up? No kids, no grandkids. You know, we think about what we're trying to do. We're blessed. All of y'all are blessed.
That's right.
Because of you two, give me mine.
God bless you.
All right.
I had a stroke last year. And they told me if it was on the left side, I wouldn't be here. But it was on the right side. I can't close this hand. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. A lot of you guys ain't never demonstrated, but you gotta get up. You gotta get up and come out here and support these people who are demonstrating for us, man.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
You gotta get up. I'm telling you, y'all gotta give up. It's us. We ain't but a few of us left. And we're Americans. Yeah. We're Americans. We didn't go to Canada.
We love you, brother.
We had segregation and all that shit, but we still got together.
That's right.
We still got together.
God bless America.
And we're going to stay together. We're going to stay together, brother.
And to close, we've got John Rowan.
National President.
Thank you, Congresswoman. My name is John Rowan, R-O-W-A-N. Yeah, sure. I'm the former national president of Vietnam Veterans of America. I'm also from Queens. Not everybody here is from Brooklyn or Staten Island. I use the St. Albans VA facility, which is run by the Brooklyn VA. I also use the Manhattan VA facility. They cracked my chest open 5 years ago and gave me a new aortic valve. And the other day I had a needle poked in my eye because I got all kinds of eye issues going on because of my long-term diabetes from Vietnam. Well, first of all, I want to thank the Congresswoman for joining her colleagues that passed the PACT Act recently. It's a House bill that gives all kinds of benefits, particularly to the newer veterans. Vietnam veterans know all about presumptive diseases. The new veterans are going to have to learn. And unfortunately, they already got a long list because of the burn pit exposure. Unfortunately, our government's been poisoning us veterans both abroad and at home for the last 50 years.
Right.
And the new veterans are going to have to learn a lot of stuff. And they're going to need this hospital and the Manhattan hospital that they talk about.
That's right.
These guys got specialized years ago. When I had my heart surgery, I had veterans coming in from all over the place. And here's another secret people don't understand. My doctors that did that surgery was the chief thoracic surgeon out of NYU Medical Center, plus his entire team. And they did the surgery. But they did the surgery in the VA hospital. Why? Because when I got out of surgery, my ICU nurse, the guy who was taking care of me, was a former 28-year Army medic. He was a dude that was about 6'8" and could toss me around like nothing, and I weighed 250 pounds. And then the next nurse I got to talk to was still in the Army. She was a Spec 5, working in the Army as a medic, doing nursing now on the VA. And then when I finally got to rehab, and I was talking to two young ladies in rehab, one of them was a retired Army colonel. That's what you get when you go to the VA for your hospitalization. You get people who know what the hell they're doing, who know what military is all about, and they can talk to us, and we don't have to go through a song and dance to tell everybody what it is. So I want to thank the Congresswoman again for that. That was a tough vote, I'm sure, for her. And I respect her and her other colleagues. So thank you very much.
All right.
Go forward.
Thank you so much, John.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys, this wraps up the speakers. The media can stay and talk to the veterans as they wish to do. But one more time and one last time, it won't be the last time, because we're going to continue to fight, and we're going to continue to be loud, and we're going to continue to advocate to protect this hospital from closure. But tomorrow, when the recommendations come out from our VA, we want the president to say that this is dead on arrival. Under no circumstances.
DOA! 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 DOA!
Under no circumstances will we accept this hospital to close. Our veterans deserve the best. They served this country, they were willing to die for this country, and now we have a responsibility to take care of them and make sure they have the services and the health care that they need and deserve. Thank you, everyone. God bless America.